With us here in the studio this evening, we have the former Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhaduria ji, the former Chief of Air Staff, with us in studio. I have Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, former GOC 15 Corps of the Indian Army, with us, and Vice Admiral Anup Singh, the former CNC Eastern Naval Command of the Indian Navy, also with us. My namaste and Jai Hind, gentlemen. Thank you very, very much. When have we ever heard Shiv Tandav Stotram being played? And you have the Air Marshal Ops there saying, Air Chief, Bhai Bhinu Hoina Preet. So the shift, the philosophical shift, many people noted, has moved from Gandhi to Ram. And that is evident that those who do not understand Vinay, and Ram says this in Ramcharitmanas, as far as he says this after 3 days of penance to the Samudra ki mujhe ek marg de do, pyar se nahi bola, so then he picks up the Dhanush Ban and says, I'll dry you up. Do you not realize my capability? How potent I am and what I can do? Is that what the Indian Armed Forces have told and shown this neighbor, that don't underestimate us? Chhedoge to chhodenge nahi. In this line, Vice Admiral Singh, would you also say that Bharat never went up the escalation ladder? Bharat responded to Pahalgam, struck the terror infrastructure and said that's far and no further. So the blame or the onus of escalation was on the Pakistanis, and they went up the escalation ladder. And that's why they were the ones who had to pick up the phone and say ceasefire.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's just no doubt. Because we had taken measured steps, as the Prime Minister had announced right in the beginning. And those steps, as soon as our assault started, we had declared that this is not an assault on that nation or its military infrastructure. We are going in for the terrorists, which the Prime Minister had announced while doing a rally in Bihar, that we'll track and punish them. Identify, track and punish. That's become an overarching theme now, ITP. And we need to remind Pakistan again and again that this time onwards, it's been spelled out as to what will be the line of action. The line of action each time there is a terrorist attack over here will be not just counterattack, but finally go in for this big surgical strike once again.
I think we have to change the scale now and change the intensity of Atmanirbhar.
Vice Admiral, your thoughts? So perhaps for the first time in a decade that we're talking about an integrated defense staff, we're looking at all wings pressed together. Is this also perhaps telling the enemy that we have reconfigured? The Navy is there and it's there at a place from where you know कि तुम हरकत करोगे तो हम पीछे से भी ठोक देंगे या इधर से भी ठोक देंगे. So we got them cornered on all sides, and I was hearing the Navy official there, the ops chief there. He said that we were looking at what they were doing. We were providing cover for hundreds of kilometers. And the warships and the Navy was also positioned in a particular place from where, if required, from observing to acting, that movement was possible. Now this posture from Bharat we did not see during Kargil. This posture from Bharat we didn't see even during Balakot. This is very different. Now, is this also a message to certain nations all around us that our military posture is changing?
Absolutely. You see, this event, for the first time, has actually made a loud signal to the rest of the world, not just to Pakistan.
Wing Commander Matiman, namaste. Thank you. Sorry, I'm acknowledging you a little late, but please, great conversation. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Yeah, please. Ji.
And therefore, Pakistan has been forewarned for the first time that what we announced, we did it, and we did it with absolute precision, with no collateral damage as we had announced. That this is a strike against your terror camps. And so far as the Navy's part that you were asking is concerned, we did not do it during Balakot, there's no doubt, because that was a surgical strike which was just from one arm only aimed at a particular terrorist camps. It was different. We did cross the LC in order to carry out the attack. This time, because we have the capability of real good standoff weapons, we didn't have to cross the LC. And we carried out all kinds of precision strikes on those 9 targets. And so far as the Navy's part that you were questioning, we did something similar during Parakram. We did something similar during Kargil, the famous exercise, the Operation Talwar. And it had its telling effect. One has to understand that the geographical configuration of the Indian peninsula, which includes Pakistan, from the Makran coast downwards, is all to our advantage. Secondly, We are a large nation compared to Pakistan.
Ji.
Remember what Benazir Bhutto said to our army commanders those days, called the Corps commanders, in 1993. Generals, you forget, we do not have strategic depth. She was talking of not strategic heft, but geographical depth. Till your geographic expanse goes beyond Afghanistan, it will never happen. They don't have anywhere to hide. And that's been their worry right from the beginning. Therefore, navies across the world, firstly, are meant to provide flanking support, in a manner of speaking, for the activity on ground by the Army and Air Force. And in our case, because the Navy is so much more powerful compared to them, we are capable of carrying out what is called sea control, in other words, dominance.
Dominance.
This time also, I am sure, as the Navy has done it each time, the entire fleets, the combined fleets of the Navy, were positioned at an arc from Karachi.
Right.
Unfortunately, unlike us, the Pakistanis have got only one access and entry for import and export, unlike us who've got 200 ports. So they can't do a thing. For example, if things had become worse, all you had to do was not even declare a blockade, but carry out contraband control short of war. None of their tankers would go in, none of their onion cargoes and Kabuli chanas would go for export. What will they survive on? IMF doles.
Correct.
So that puts a real sense of terror in their mind each time.
So we can choke them, and we
Absolutely,
can,
absolutely.
We can also toko them. That's so
Absolutely.
easily
Say a few
possible.
words about the historic.
Vice Admiral, are you thinking Donald Trump can say what he wants to say? Bharat will do what it wants to do?
I think knowing him, he's trying to convert brownie points into golden points. He is well known for this. I don't think there is any credibility left insofar as their stand at the moment with the current dispensation is concerned. Everyone knows it. Pakistan knows it better than us. But I just want to take you back on the map where you were describing, Narasimhan. You see, this is what I meant about strategic depth in geographical terms. Where will they go and hide? Where will they survive?
Correct.
Look at the spread of the airfields.
Yeah.
All
From
of them are
Skardu to-
strategic to them.
Yeah.
And look at our distance from LOC. Ever since, and the IB, ever since we've acquired standoff weapons and precision munitions, they should know it better. This nuke saber rattling will just not do. And this time, more than any previous occasion, we have proved it loud and clear to Pakistan and to the rest of the world, which is so scared about two nuclear powers at war, that conventional war, an assault at our will under nuclear overhang has no meaning to India. And they will not lift a finger, they will not put their finger on the trigger.
On the trigger.
Whether it is Asim Munir or anybody else.
No, with each one, Air Chief.